In a quiet little town, surrounded by green hills and a peaceful river, lived a young woman named Clara. She was known for being kind, hardworking, and always helping others. Clara lived a simple life, but deep in her heart, she dreamed of doing something special, something important that would be remembered by the people around her. She didn't know when or how, but she hoped that one day her chance would come. Claire's parents raised her to be responsible and kind. Her father worked at the local mill, making flour for the town, while her mother was a school teacher. They both taught Clara the importance of helping others and being honest. Clara listened to her parents and grew up to be a kind and humble young woman. She never wanted fame or attention. She just wanted to help people in her small town in whatever way she could. When Clara was old enough, she got a job at the town's small library. It wasn't a big fancy building, just a little place filled with old books. But to Clara, it was a special place. She loved books, and she loved how they could teach people new things or take them on amazing adventures. Working in the library made her happy, and she quickly became the heart of the place. Every day, Clara greeted the children who came after school to read. She helped them choose books that made them excited to learn. She guided the elderly residents to books they enjoyed, whether they liked adventure stories or quiet, peaceful tales. Clara even started organizing events in the library, like reading days for children and book clubs for adults. She believed in the power of stories and wanted everyone in town to experience that magic. One warm summer afternoon, Clara was sorting through a pile of donated books when she heard a knock on the library door. It was unusual for someone to knock during the day, because the library was always open to everyone. Curious, she put the books down and went to see who it was. When she opened the door, she was surprised to see the mayor of the town, Mr. Andrews, standing there with a serious look on his face. "Clara," the mayor began, "may I come in? I have something very important to talk to you about." Clara, feeling a little nervous but curious, welcomed the mayor into the library. He sat down in one of the old chairs near the bookshelf. Mr. Andrews was a kind man, and he had always treated Clara with respect. But today his visit felt different. Clara could sense that something important was about to happen. "Is everything okay, Mr. Mayor?" Clara asked politely. The mayor smiled, though his face still looked serious. "Yes, everything is fine. Actually, everything is more than fine. You see, every year the town chooses one person to receive a very special award called the Medal of Service. It is given to someone who has done great things for the town, someone who has worked hard to make this place better for everyone." After thinking about it carefully, the town council and I have decided that this year, you should receive the Medal of Service. Clara's heart raced. She had never expected anything like this. "Me?" she asked, shocked. "But there are so many others who do great things for the town. I'm just doing my job here in the library." The mayor shook his head gently. "Clara, you do much more than just your job. You help the children, the elderly, and everyone in between. You create a space where people feel welcome, where they learn and grow. The events you organize, the books you recommend, it all makes a big difference in people's lives. You have brought the community together in ways you might not even realize." Clara felt her eyes fill with tears. She never thought of herself as someone who did anything special. For her, helping at the library was just part of what she loved doing. She never expected to be recognized for it. "The ceremony will take place in 2 weeks," the mayor continued. "The whole town will be there to celebrate your work. You deserve this, Clara." Clara felt a lump in her throat as she tried to find the right words. "Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't know what to say. I'm honored, really. I never thought. Well, I just never imagined something like this. The mayor gave her a warm smile before he left the library. As Clara watched him walk away, she felt a mix of emotions. She was proud, but also overwhelmed. She had never been the kind of person who sought attention. She liked staying in the background, quietly helping others. The idea of standing in front of the whole town and receiving an award was exciting, but also a little frightening. Over the next 2 weeks, news of Clara's award spread quickly through the town. Everywhere she went, people stopped her to congratulate her. Children ran up to her, excited to tell her how much they loved the books she had recommended. The older residents of the town told her stories about how she had helped them find comfort in books during difficult times. Everyone seemed to have a kind word for her, and though Clara felt a little shy about all the attention, she was also deeply touched. The day of the ceremony finally arrived. The town square was decorated with colorful banners, and a large stage had been set up. People were already gathering in the square, excited to celebrate Clara's achievements. There were families with children, elderly couples, and even people Clara didn't recognize but who had heard about her work at the library. Clara stood backstage, nervously adjusting her simple dress and trying to calm her racing heart. She peeked out from behind the curtain and saw the smiling faces of so many people she knew, friends, neighbors, and families she had helped. The sight made her feel both nervous and grateful. The ceremony began with a speech from Mayor Andrews. He spoke about the history of the Medal of Service and explained how it was given to someone who had made a lasting impact on the town. Then, he began to talk about Clara. Clara is someone who has dedicated her time and energy to making this town a better place. The mayor said, she has done more than just run the library. She has brought joy to children, comfort to the elderly, and hope to everyone who walks through the library doors. Her work may seem quiet and simple, but it has touched more lives than she knows. As the mayor continued to praise her work, Clara felt tears forming in her eyes again. She couldn't believe how much her small efforts had meant to so many people. And now, the mayor said, it is my great honor to present this year's Medal of Service to Clara. The crowd erupted in applause as Clara stepped onto the stage. Her heart pounded as she accepted the medal, a shiny silver piece that sparkled in the sunlight. She stood in front of the microphone, unsure of what to say, but determined to express her gratitude. Taking a deep breath, Clara began to speak. I never thought I would be standing here today, she said, her voice trembling slightly. To me, the library has always been a place of joy, a place where I could help others in small ways. I never thought it was anything special, but seeing all of you here today, I realize how much this place means to our town, and how important it is to give back to the people around us. She paused, looking out at the crowd. This honor isn't just mine, she continued. It belongs to everyone in this town who works hard to make it a better place. To the teachers who inspire our children, to the shopkeepers who brighten our days, to the families who support each other through everything. I accept this medal for all of us, because together, we are what makes this town so special. The crowd clapped and cheered, and Clara felt a warmth spread through her. She had never been one to seek attention, but in that moment, she felt a deep sense of connection to the people around her. She realized that her work, though quiet and simple, had made a difference. After the ceremony, people gathered around Clara to congratulate her. Children hugged her, and elderly residents shook her hand with tears in their eyes. Everyone had a story to share about how she had helped them or inspired them, and each story filled Clara's heart with joy. That night, After the excitement had died down, Clara returned to the library. The building was quiet and still, but Clara felt a new sense of purpose. The medal she had received was a symbol of something much bigger than herself. It was a reminder that even the smallest acts of kindness could have a lasting impact. As she sat down at her usual desk, surrounded by the books she loved, Clara smiled to herself. She knew her journey was far from over. There were still more people to help, more stories to share, and more lives to touch. And she would continue doing what she loved, not for the recognition or the awards, but for the simple joy of making a difference in the lives of others. And in that moment, Clara understood that the greatest honor wasn't the medal around her neck. The true honor was the love and gratitude of the people she had helped along the way, and that was something she would carry with her for the rest of her life.